Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our channel. So, I've been promising you guys that I was going to visit some rap. There was a couple requests, and I had said that I was going to visit Tupac, Eazy-E, some other rappers that had passed away. It ties into our theory that we have if the artist or group or person has passed away by our perception, that more often than not, their content changes. So, we got Tupac, you guys, hit him up. I found 12 different changes in this song, and we're going to get right into it, guys, because we got a lot to cover. But before I start, you guys, language, a disclaimer right off the bat. Language, not appropriate for children, and I apologize for anyone else, but the Mandela Effect does not discriminate, and I'm here to report changes regardless of what changes those might be found in. So here we go, guys. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up at 3 minutes and 13 seconds. About to get murdered, changed to about to get murder. 4 minutes and 46 seconds, where he says, "You think you the mob, we the motherfucking mob," changed from the mob to just mob, so the fell off. And at 4 minutes and 58 seconds, motherfucking belts changed to motherfuckers belt. So motherfucking changed to motherfuckers and belts changed to belt. And at 5 minutes and 6 seconds at the end of the song, you guys, if you're familiar with this, you'll know that he always ended the song, "Fuck 'em, we bad boy, kill us, we kill us," and repeats it 8 times. Now he ends the song saying, "Fuck him, we bad boy killer, we killer." So the S fell off. Instead of killas, it's now killer 8 times for a total of 12 changes, you guys. I will provide the links down below to the video and the official lyrics, which also back me up in all these except for one, which is the mob, but I've listened to this song a million times and know it very, very well. That's why I was able to find all these changes, you guys. And so with that being said, we got a lot to cover, so this was a big decode. I'm going to hand it over to him and let him get into the percentages and stuff, but I also want to let you know that for those of you who are just joining us or don't know what we're doing, we will attach a video explaining further what we are doing, how we are getting these letter extractions, and why we are decoding these things and how, and that will be in the links as well, you guys.
All right. Yeah. This isn't my song, guys. I'm going completely off of what she says. I don't like rap for many reasons. But I'm almost glad we did this one because there's a lot here and it's interesting because it's something we haven't got yet. So, of course, we've only started, guys. I don't know. So, what we did is you've got murdered and murda, I guess. And we've crossed out M-U-R-D and M-U-R-D. And what you got was E-R-E-D-A. And we put E-R-E-D-A down here. The fell completely off. Nothing to cross out. So you got the. And you crossed off motherfuck and motherfuck. And you're left with INAS, and we put INAS here. And then you had 8 other S's fell off at the end, so there's your other 8 S's. And that's what you got. You can pause that, look at it, write it down yourself, do what you got to do, guys. I'm going to get into this because there's a lot to cover now.
You got to do the
percentages. The percentages, of course. Basically, 12 is the, changes your variance percent times the words in your title plus the words in your song. 12 changes equals the variance percent times 3 plus 1,185 words. Glorious words they are. And 12 equals the variance percent times 1,188. And your final variance percent is 1%, but actually it comes up to, it's 0.010101 repeat to infinity, right, guys? But you got to move the decimal over 2 places. That gives you 1.01, and you have to round down to 0, and that's where you get 1. And it's interesting.
Series of ones and zeros.
We put it into the chart that I just had. Really? It came out, guys. There it is. Last page of the chart. Unfortunately, this was done last night, but we were unable to shoot the video, and there it is, and that's a 4th page of chart filled out. And it all pretty much looks the same. Patterns, separating the colors, guys. Different charts, though, because I got better at doing the charts by my 4th graph, which I just showed you. There's 3 of them. Got to get into the decodes because this is going to be a minute now. Going to show you once again the letters right here. And I noticed rhenium, all right, that I caught right away, and I noticed helium right away, but I know that helium is on the stock exchange, so right away I went ahead and organized down here, guys, and I thought this was interesting because this is kind of stands out. You have Sprint as an S by itself at the end, AT&T, stock exchange. All this is stock exchange. Hawaiian Electric, followed by the mathematical followed by 2 of these were followed by the mathematical constant E. But it calculates all this at once, and you had these stocks and the mathematical constant E. All right. But the quantum computer is layering these codes, guys. I don't know how to say it any other way. I decoded this in several ways and got basically the same stuff. So E is the mathematical constant. I recognized rhenium, RE, remember, if anyone was with us for that. But I put REDA together, and I got Rita chemicals. All right? And there's not much to say about it. They manufactured chemicals, and they're right there. Yes. So that's a chemical manufacturer. It's followed by TH, which is the TH gene, guys. All right. So you got the mathematical constant, you got Rita chemicals, you got the TH gene. Then you've got EI, which ends up being the Energy Institute. And somewhere around here I got it. But anyway, it's the Energy Institute. I was going to read you a little bit about it. But I seem to not be able to find it. I've got so many things open, it's ridiculous. I might have accidentally closed one. But anyway, guys, it's the Energy Institute. And they deal with, well, energy. And should I just reshoot the video or move on?
No.
Then you got NAS, which is the National Academy of Sciences. All right. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
And we'll provide these links, you guys, so you can read up on them too.
Yeah, we're gonna provide the links. National Academy of Sciences. This is crazy. I thought I had them in order, and I apparently.
There it is.
National Academy of Sciences, guys. Yeah. There ain't much to say about it. They can hit a lot of things within this. I'm certain they can. We'll put you a link you can read up on it. So then I put the 8 S's together, guys, and I got a governor's message, and within that message, within these documents, contains a lot of oil companies and gas companies, electric companies, water companies, all sorts of stuff like that they can hit through that governor's message alone with the 8 S's. Then I went back through, guys, because I noticed rhenium and helium. All right, so I started with ER, which ended up being erbium, an element, and then you had EDA, which ended up being ethylenediamine,
Ethylenediamine.
ethanoletamine, and that's a chemical, and it's a chemical they use to make other chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then you had once again the TH gene. That's a recurring thing. EINA winds up being the Department of Science and Technology of Materials and Fluids. So it's a Department of Science and Technology of Material and Fluids. More science. Then you have 4 S's, which I found the Society for the Study of Sexuality. And 4 S's also stands for Chemistry Labs Solutions Manual.
Yep.
So that's a chemical lab solutions manual. Then I already showed you guys the stock market stuff and the mathematical constant E.
Gotta have the stock market.
You gotta hit the stock markets. Then you have SSS is a congruence theorem, and SSA is a congruence theorem. All right. And then you have NI, guys. Have I started going backwards? I have started going backwards. Now we're into backwards, guys, and you got NI. I guess I wasn't showing it, but I showed you the letters. You could follow along if you wrote it down. You got Ni, which is nickel on the periodic table of elements. EH, as we found out, is environmental health, and I think it was a department, wasn't it? Environmental health department or something? And it's environmental health, guys. It's related to the environment. Then you have TA, which is tantalum, and it's on the periodic table of elements. You guys, I was going to read these periodic table of elements to you.
A lot of metals, guys. So many of them have to do with metals,
metals,
types of metals,
chemicals. We all know what nickel is. I think I could go buy nickel. Here's EH. Uncover EH. Understanding the needs, challenges, opportunities, vision, emerging roles in environmental health. So, here's tantalum, guys. It's discovered by Anders Gustav Eckerberg. The name is derived from the legendary Greek figure King Tantalus. And its origin is King Tantalus. That's how it got its name, the origin of its name. It's a shiny silvery metal that is very resistant to corrosion. These alloys can be extremely strong and have been used in turbine blades, rocket nozzles, nose caps for supersonic aircraft. They can use it for electrodes for neon lights, AC, rectifiers, and in glass for special lenses. So yeah, they're
Also,
good for electronics components. What?
medical prosthetics.
Yeah, medical prosthetics, all sorts of stuff going on there, guys. So that was just tantalum. Oh, there was also Deere. I missed one of the stock markets. I didn't. DE is Deere and Company on the New York Stock Exchange. So that should have went up in the group with the others in the mathematical constant, guys. The mathematical constant's all over it, actually. Then you have rhenium, which we've already discussed and been over, but I'll provide a link anyway. And your last two, I guess I skipped one in here because I put it down here and she told me I was going to do this, but in the middle here was DA, guys. And it directly translated, somewhere in the middle here was DA. Yeah, DA right here. And that directly translated here, guys, to skin in Vietnamese, okay? So that got interesting, right? Because that then I ended up carrying that down and writing skin to decode skin, right? Because it's a code within a code, because it translates.
That's right.
Is it random? Let's find out. Right away, SK stands for SK chemicals, guys. SK chemicals, that's right. The first two letters of the translation stand for SK chemicals. Life science. SK chemicals. It's a chemical company. Imagine that, guys, because they weren't hitting all these other chemicals before, right? And this ethylene, the chemical. Then IN translates directly to print in Vietnamese, guys. And I didn't decode skin backwards because I was running out of windows to have open. But I did decode print, and PR translated to on in Hindi. But N is nitrogen on the periodic table of elements. All right. And TI, because that's all you got left then, is titanium on the periodic table of elements. And when you bring down the O and the N, O is oxygen on the periodic table of elements, and N is nitrogen on the periodic table of elements.
Yep.
So, and that's all the farther we got. We could go on forever decoding it, I think, because you're dealing with a quantum computer, guys, but we got to stop somewhere. And like we might go back and decode more of this because it's interesting. You got a lot of chemicals, chemistry lab solutions manual, and all these chemicals and all these elements and these genes. The TH gene is a recurring thing. Energy Institute, Rita, chemicals. I mean, chemicals are all over this, guys. Yeah. And elements. And congruence theorem. And the congruence theorem, I should have put those right in with the stock market stuff, right? And the mathematical constant. Finance.
Yep, we got finance, mathematical constant, science. We all know math and science go hand in hand.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, and all these chemicals. This whole thing seemed to be a lot about chemicals and a little bit about lab solutions.
And to our surprise, 8 S's, we actually came up with something. We were both very surprised at that.
We were shocked to find that 8 S's meant, and S, then we left S as sprint because, you know, they were targeting the stock exchange, right? So when there was a single S, you go, oh, okay, sprint. Wonder what 8 S's comes up to. Governor's message, a document with a lot of information in it, is what it comes up as. So we're going to provide the links, guys. For now, that's going to be it. Thanks for all your thumbs up.
Hold on, baby. Sorry.
What?
Before we get to the thanks for all your thumbs up and everything,
better hurry.
I will hurry. worry. So you guys can thumb me up if you guys remember murdered instead of murder, the mob instead of mob, motherfucking instead of motherfuckers, belts instead of belt, and killers instead of killer. I provided the times, and yeah, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down, subscriptions, comments, feedback, participation, and I will try to get to more. And for now, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your night.
She will try to get to more rap, and I will try to get to part 2 of decoding. And now I'm out of time. Decoding whatever the heck I was decoding. It was not, I heard it through the grapevine. I labeled it wrong actually. It was Have You Ever Seen the Rain by CCR. Thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, feedback, subscriptions. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your night.